This is Irene Rickard, and I'm going to give you the story of my teacher's career. But first, I should tell you that I was born in Aranda, Virginia, November the 27th, 1924, to John William Manuel and Hala Mae Loving Manuel. I began my teaching career in 1947 at Strasburg High School, located on High Street, and resigned my position at Strasburg High School on Ram Drive in 1985. There were offers to teach to other places in Virginia, but I just could not leave Strasburg. From early childhood, I wanted to be a teacher, and at the age of 9, I cleaned out an old building in our front yard in Front Royal, Virginia, and taught the neighborhood children. My mother gave me an old high front poster bedboard, and that was my blackboard. I collected books and magazines from the students who came to my school and used them as resource materials. School lasted from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock a.m. I probably created the first daycare center. The main motivator for my desire to teach probably came from hearing my parents speak about members of our family who were teachers. They were from both sides of the family. Play school was one of my favorite early childhood memories. In my early teens, I developed the joy of pretending to be famous and well-known worldwide. In my world of imagination, I was a famous movie star. In fact, when I graduated from Warren County High School, my class gave me a bus to travel to Hollywood to start my movie career. The prediction did not come to pass. My family moved to Strasburg, and I'm still here. In my junior year in high school, my guidance counselor called me to his office to talk about my future. And when he asked me what I would like to do after graduation, I told him that I would like to be a movie star. And he almost fell off the chair. After he regained his composure, he cleared his throat and asked, "And what is your second choice?" "School teacher," I said, wondering why he did not think my first choice was feasible. After graduating from Warren County High School in Front Royal, Virginia, the class of 1944, I was accepted at Madison College, now known as JMU, Harrisonburg, Virginia, and the class of 48. Summer of 1947, before going back to Madison to complete my senior year, I heard that Strasburg High needed an 8th grade teacher, and no one had filled the position. I applied, and much to my surprise, I was given a contract to sign with the promise to the superintendent that I would complete my senior year in summer school at Madison. My first year was an initiation in the profession of teaching. When I walked into my homeroom and saw students standing in the back of the room with no place to sit down, I did an about-face to the principal's office, which was no larger than 4 times the size of a phone booth, and told him that I needed more desks. He very politely told me that homeroom period was only 10 minutes, and they would have to stand for that time. It took me 10 minutes to call the roll. When the bell rang for first period class, I went to my first period PE class, which happened to be larger in number than my homeroom count. And believe it or not, we had no place to go but outside. There was no gymnasium. We gathered together on the vacant lot across the street and it took me another 10 minutes to call the roll, to introduce myself, and to give them an overview of what we would be doing. Since we had one basketball goal on the vacant lot, I had the feeling that we would have a lot of exercises, and that we did. Also, we stood in a long line of 50 or 60 girls and shot free throws. Follow the leader was the name of the game. One day I lined the girls up by counting them off by fours, and we marched up and down High Street for the entire neighborhood to see. This brought people to their front porches to watch us march by the count of their teacher's command. 1, 2, 1, 2, left, right, left, right. In freezing or rainy weather, we sat upstairs at the long lunch room table in the elementary school for study hall. This hallway was used for the cafeteria of both high and elementary schools. The cafeteria kitchen was partitioned off from another classroom. This was not a pleasant situation for the elementary teachers, who were having classes upstairs at the same time the high school was having lunch. The students accepted these conditions without too much complaint. For the most part, they had a good attitude and were most eager to do their best. The boys and girls went to Tom's Brook for basketball practice and used its gymnasium for home games. Our band and chorus practiced in the hallway of the high school and the sanctuary of the Strasburg Christian Church. Also, assemblies, baccalaureate, and graduations were held at the Strasburg Christian Church. Sometimes assemblies and class meetings were held at the Presbyterian Church on Holiday Street. The students and teachers were so excited when they learned that a new section was being constructed for a cafeteria, auditorium/gymnasium, and stage, boys and girls locker room, principal's office, and a teacher's lounge. Since the construction joined in the rear connecting the two buildings, the elementary school had access to the auditorium gymnasium whenever available, which was not too often. The high school boys and girls shared the gym half-court during physical education classes. This gave us one basketball goal each. We were happy to be under roof. Other than being under roof, my lesson plans did not change that much. We exercised, played free throws, follow the leader, and keep away with one basketball among us. On warm days, we marched up and down High Street.